Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Teraz tu.
Okej, trzymać, żeby nie uciekł. Już, enough! Here! Stop! No trzymaj go, bo on ucieknie, ty.
This is a recording of the citizens' arrest of 4 illegal immigrants from Eritrea. The Border Defense Movement patrol detained them on a railway bridge in Gubinek. All of them were handed over to the police. A big operation, very effective. We have repeatedly managed to stop migrants from entering Polish territory. We have also repeatedly managed to stop the Polish border guard from cooperating with the German side. However, the German authorities are looking for ways to bypass civilian patrols. We have a lot of work to do. We would like to ask an appeal because the German police are already entering our territory with night vision goggles and drones. They are looking for our patrols so that they can smuggle someone across the border. Meanwhile, the German media is conducting a smear campaign against the Polish border defense movement. Videos of rejected migrants are heating up the social climate in Poland on the border with Germany. Men are taking to the streets to defend the border, while the police are warning against an escalation of the situation. There are increasingly frequent calls to put a stop to the activities of this grassroots organization. In Szczecin, Police, and Stargard, there are currently growing protests against the establishment of refugee centers. Many residents oppose such facilities. Right-wing extremist groups are exploiting the current situation to fuel hatred towards foreigners. Polish journalists and politicians are actively participating in this smear campaign. One example is Joanna Lidane, a councillor in Zielona Góra from the Green Party, who, according to the German media, is more concerned about the safety of illegal immigrants than her own voters. The homeless shelter is located near the school. During the day, residents have to leave the building, so people sit there, explains Joanna Lidane, who works with refugees in the city and sees no safety concerns. Lidane fears a witch hunt against immigrants. These German political lackeys are trying to discredit us because they want to hide this German crime, but they also want to hide the crime committed by Donald Tusk's government. They want to hide the shared responsibility of Minister Siemoniak for not taking action to protect Poland and Poles. However, neither the German media nor the Polish politicians and journalists who repeat their propaganda mention the subsequent crimes committed by illegal immigrants in our country. We will not read there about a young Polish woman from Toruń who is fighting for her life after a brutal attack by a Venezuelan. No one writes about a security guard from Warsaw who was beaten and kicked by a foreigner, about the brutal beating of a man in front of the central station in the capital, or about a Colombian caught by Poles after attempting to rob a woman. There would be no citizen patrols on the Polish-German border if there were no threats to the residents of those counties. Citizen patrols began in my electoral district in Greater Poland. It was Środa Wielkopolska, it was Śrem, it was Zaniemyśl, it was Gostyń. Why? Because people began to be afraid, because crime had increased so much around the presence of foreigners in these counties. The Minister of Internal Affairs and Administration, Tomasz Siemoniak, is trying to calm people down. He said that Polish services are taking care of border security. As proof, the minister posted photos of a joint patrol by the police and the border guard. The problem is that the border crossing has a camera available online, which can be used to check images from up to several days ago. It can be seen there that no joint patrols are guarding the border. There were even photos on the website showing that patrols had appeared. They were there, blue lights were flashing, and then after half an hour they disappeared and were no longer there, because we learned from social media that they only appear for a moment and are not there the whole time. The Germans are there all day long. And not only on their own border. German police cars enter Poland as if it were their own country and leave immigrants here. This is a German patrol in the town of Warnik, on the Polish side of the border. However, the December 13th coalition argues that this is part of the system of securing the Polish border. These are Polish-German patrols, and just like the German patrol, listen, these are joint patrols. These are patrols in which both Germans and Poles work, and just as German cars actually drive in a certain number of kilometers, I can't say how many because I don't know, but they have the right to drive a certain number of kilometers into Polish territory, just like Polish patrols, the border patrols. They are not ordinary police, they are border patrols. patrols. They enter the territory, but they don't transfer migrants, right? However, Poles see what is really happening and are reacting strongly. All Poles should show that they disagree with what is happening. We should protest. We should show that we are enemies of what is happening in Poland right now. Just like in Zgorzelec, where crowds blocked the border with Germany today. We are very happy that everyone has woken up, that we are together, that we are united in a just cause, that we are here without political views, that we are here to defend these borders. Crowds of patriots are taking to the streets across Poland, mainly in border towns. They are protesting against the admission of illegal immigrants sent here by Germany. All you have to do is go out on the street, go abroad to see what is happening there, how dangerous it is. I have a sister in Frankfurt am Main. Life there is practically nothing like it was 15 years ago. We don't want what is happening in Germany and England. I've been there myself, so I know what is happening there, and we certainly don't want that here. This week alone, such protests took place in Koszalin, Buk, Toruń, Radom, and Świnoujście. Here, after the protest ended, the police used tear gas against the participants. The result? In the latest poll for Onet, support for the Civic Coalition fell by more than 7 percentage points. Poland 2050 and PSL are below the electoral threshold. Law and Justice currently enjoys the highest support, with over 30%. We can see that thousands of migrants are being literally pushed across this border by the German authorities, and Polish citizen patrols must, I know this for sure, must patrol the borders. I have reports on my phone from such patrols, and I am going back there myself to the western border to show how leaky this border is and to shake the consciences of those currently in power and defend this border. Mateusz Morawiecki assured that one of the first decisions of the Law and Justice government will be to create a ministry for the deportation of illegal immigrants in Poland.